Hello everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to explore one of the most trending and highly searched topic right now. That is generative AI roadmap. Many developers today are asking the same questions. Where do I start the generative AI? What should I learn to actually build something useful? How do I go from basic concept to real world AI powered apps? Don't worry, I will cover everything. So in this video, we'll walk through a complete step-by-step Gen AI developer roadmap, starting from beginner-friendly concepts all the way to advanced tools like LangChain, AI agents, Gemini APIs, and cloud integration using Firebase and Google Cloud Platform. This isn't just a theory. Each phase in this roadmap includes real example, practical tools, and project ideas so you can actually build as you learn. So whether you are a front-end developer, back-end developer, or a cloud developer, by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to learn next and how to apply to a real world Gen AI project. I will break it down into 7 different phases, from understanding generative AI and prompt engineering to integrating APIs into your app, and finally automating entire workflows using AI agents and cloud tools. Trust me, by the end of this roadmap, you won't just understand the Gen AI is, you will able to build with it confidently. If you are ready to future proof your dev skills and start building with AI, let's jump into the ultimate generative AI roadmap for developers. Let's get started. So I have a complete roadmap to help you to understand how generative AI works and what you need to learn as you explore work with Gen AI. Before diving into the actual implementation or the different phases of the development, the first and most important phase is understanding the Gen AI itself. So in the phase 1, there are 3 key areas that you should focus on at this stage. So the number one, that is what is generative AI. So you should understand what is this generative AI is, then the type of Gen AI models and the difference between this Gen AI and traditional machine learning. So let's start with the first point, that is what is generative AI. So basically this generative AI refers to a type of artificial intelligence that can create a new content, like you can see on the screen. That is, it can generate text, code, images, music, or even videos based on the pattern it has learned from existing data. In very simple terms, traditional AI models follow a strict rules and make decision based on the pattern in the data. So let's think of a traffic light system. Basically, it follows the predefined rules to functions correctly. But the generative AI is more likely an artist or a writer. It doesn't just follow the rules, it learns from the massive amount of data and then uses that knowledge to generate something completely new that doesn't exist. So this is the main or the main basic understanding or the main core concept of this generative AI. So this generative AI is not just about the predicting or classifying the data, it's about creating that's make it powerful and exciting. So now let's talk about a very common area of confusion for many beginners, that is difference between or the understanding of machine learning and the generative AI. So basically both are the part of broader artificial intelligence field, but they have different purpose and use cases. So now let's focus on what is machine learning. So basically machine learning is nothing but it's a subset of AI that focuses on learning patterns from existing data and making decisions based on that data. So let's think of a platform like YouTube, Netflix, or Instagram recommending videos or content based on your previous activity. That is nothing but the machine learning. It analyzes your preferences and suggests similar content using the pattern recognition. So the key goal of machine learning is nothing but to analyze and predict the outcomes based on the historical data. On the other hand, generative AI is a newer field of AI that goes beyond analysis. It actually creates new content. As we discussed earlier, GenAI can generate text, code, images, music, and videos, and many more. It uses the powerful models like LLMs, we call it as large language models or foundation of models, trained on reserved data to generate content that has never existed before. Though the key goal of the generative AI is to create a new data rather than just analyzing. So basically, in short, machine learning is equal to understanding and predicting data, whereas generative AI or Gen AI is equal to understanding and creating new data. This is the main difference of this machine learning and generative AI. And to get hands-on experience and truly understand how generative AI works, it is important to explore some practical tools. These tools will help you to see Gen AI action and build your small project or experiments. Here are few popular tools that you can start with. That is number one, ChatGPT. It is great for generating the text, answering the questions, and writing some blogs or even building basic application. Then you can explore Gemini Studio. This is another powerful platform where you can experiment with Google Gen AI models, and you can build a small app, create agents, and test the multimodal inputs like images and text. And you can other explore GitHub Copilot, a great example for generative AI for developers. It helps to write codes by understanding your intent and comments. For the practice, you can do like ask GPT to write some blog or generate some content for your portfolio. Or in Gemini Studio, you can create a chatbot or test AI agents, and using this Copilot, you can generate functions or debug your existing code for development. Doing this will not only help you to understand how Gen AI creates new content, but also show you how it fits into a real world applications, whether it's writing, coding, or even video generation. After understanding the basics of generative AI, the next phase is hands-on learning, getting practical with Gen AI tools and APIs. So in this phase, you can explore how to use popular Gen AI APIs, basics of prompt engineering, how to structure the prompts, or basics understanding of the prompt engineering and the tools to try. So now let's firstly understand how to use this Gen AI or how to call these Gen AI APIs. So now let's understand how to use the Gen AI APIs. So in generative AI, API calls allow you to access powerful tools like we have already discussed, that Gemini, Google's Gemini, GPT, or Hugging Face Transformer, or any others. So in that you can simply use this HTTP request. So how it works? So you can just send a prompt to an API, for example, write a blog post about the future AI. Then the API returns the generated response back to the users. So in this way, you can make this API calls from this Gen AI. And the commonly used Gen AI APIs, those are nothing but the number one, that is Gemini API, OpenAI API, Hugging Face Transformer APIs. So it is basically used for open source models like Bloom and others. You can host or run the models directly via their APIs. So how this API works? All these API works over this HTTP using API. You can integrate them with your front-end app like React, Angular, or any other, or backend services like Node.js, Pythons, or Java. You just send a request with a prompt, and then API returns a generated response. In this way it works. In phase 2 that we have seen, there is one point that it's most often question that comes to our mind, that is how to structure this prompt engineering or prompting with this generative AI. So before diving into this prompting engineering, let's first understand basic to structure a prompt, or what is prompt. So basically prompt is nothing but it's a simple input you give to a generative AI model to get meaningful response. So basically think of it is as a giving clear instruction to a super intelligent assistant. AI model, you can just write a blog post about the impact of AI in the healthcare. So accordingly, this input tells the model what to generate, and accordingly it will generate a response and send it to as a response to the user. So now that we have understood what prompt, and it's time to go deeper into a prompt engineering, which is all about designing a prompt that guide the AI to give the best possible result. So we have already seen this phase 3 points. So basically in this learning, the prompt engineering is nothing but to understand or to learn the prompt templates, instructions, context, and many more. And the tools that you can use while understanding this prompt engineering, that requires the OpenAI Playground or Gemini API Explorers, and many more. And in that you can create some small projects like build some React app, and then that calls the Gemini API to summarize the text, and you can understand how this prompting will happen once you create this project. In the next phase, we will focus on the real-time implementation of building practical apps using generative AI. So now that we have already learned how to work with GenAI tools and structured prompt, it's time to build a real world generative AI project. So the phase number 4, that is nothing but building a Gen AI project. So you will get a better understanding of how it works. In this phase, you can just integrate some APIs or create some projects in React or any other front-end libraries or back-end libraries, or like Node.js. You can also leverage the advanced libraries as LangChain. These help with changing the prompts, managing the context, and handling these LLM outputs like streaming, response, formatting, and many more. So in that, you can the tools that you can use while creating those projects, like OpenAI Playground or Gemini API Explorer. By using those things, you can create small project like resume generator AI tools and Q&A bot. So in that way, you can create a small project. So this will help you to understand how this LLM works behind the scenes and improve your integration skills with your app. So the next phase, that is nothing but learn RAG, RAG, and vector DBs. So in this phase, you will explore RAG and vector DBs or database, which are essential for building AI system that can interact with your own data. So it combines the generative AI models with external data source to generate context aware response. So instead of just relying on what the AI has learned during the training, RAG allows it to retrieve relevant data from the database or the document. This is especially useful for applications like chatbot that answers from your company docs, or custom AI search tools, or AI powered knowledge assistant. So this RAG will mostly use on those type of applications. And with the help of this, you can create small project like upload a PDF doc and ask questions. So it will give a response according to the data that we provide. So then the next phase, that is nothing but build Gen AI agents and workflows. So in this phase, you will beyond a static response and dive into AI agents that automated workflows. So while understanding those, you can first let's understand what are the Gen AI agents. So basically, an AI agent is more than just a model responding to a prompt. It's a system can reason, take action, use tools and APIs, remember the past instructions or memory, work towards a specific goal. Think of it like a prompt plus memory plus tools plus goal is equal to AI agent. So instead of just answering a question, an AI agent can interact with its environment and complete complex tasks independently. So while understanding or while working with these agents, the tools those you can explore, there is nothing but the LangChain agents or Gemini 1.5 agents for building the multimodal intelligent assistant. And you will explore or understand this N8N visual automation tools or trigger actions while connecting APIs to create workflows without heavy coding. And then you can combine everything and just create a small project like a Telegram AI bot with N8N plus Gemini API, or Instagram context assistant bot, or personal AI assistant with memory and task handling. You can create those small projects. So now it's time to take your skills to a next level by combining Gen AI with modern web cloud tech to build full-fledged AI powered applications. So in that, you will learn integrating Gen AIs with Firebase for real-time or AI backend like web apps and many more. So with the help of this Gen AI with BigQuery for smart data analysis, or you can learn or create connecting GenAI with cloud functions to automate the backend logic. So with the help of using those things, you can create a small project like AI powered form assistant with Firebase. So this will give you a complete end-to-end picture of how Gen AI apps are built in a real world, moving from simple prompt to a intelligent scalable apps. By following this step-by-step roadmap, you will gain a complete understanding of how generative AI works, from basic concepts to advanced project implementation. Whether you are just starting or looking to expand your skills with this roadmap, you will take from zero to build a real world Gen AI applications. So that's all for today's video on the generative AI developers roadmap. I hope this gave you a clear and practical understanding of how Gen AI works behind the scene. If you found this video very helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to support the channel. Have any questions or feedback, drop them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And as I always say, keep learning, stay curious and have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.